We are now living in the world where instant gratification is everywhere, causing people to hate studying. We are now filled with distractions that offer more immediate rewards rather than studying. We all have been addicted to some or the other distractions. Compared to distractions such as gaming and social media, of course, studying looks boring. The reason is that our brains are designed to look for immediate gratification or instant rewards. But what if you could be addicted to studies? Your academic life would transform overnight. Here are 5 tips to help you get addicted to your studies. Tip number 1. Discipline yourself. Getting addicted to studies is all about discipline and commitment. Self-discipline is the ability to control one's feelings and overcome one's weaknesses. It is also the ability to pursue what one thinks is right. Self-discipline isn't a skill you're either born with or not. It's like a muscle you can work out and improve over time. You cannot win the war against the world if you can't win the war against your own mind. Without self-discipline, there is no magic wand that can magically make you study. You have to do it yourself. You have to make yourself do it. To be disciplined, you must count down, then take action. Put your goals where you can see them every day. Schedule your day. We are usually prone oversleeping or doing nothing because we do not have a concrete set of the things we need to do for the day. If we have a schedule, we have some sort of things to follow. And get into the habit of having all your work for the week done before you start having fun, going out, playing computer games or browsing YouTube. In other words, prioritize your tasks. Tip number 2. Focus on the process, not the end point. To be obsessed with studying, one key point is to love the process and not the end point. Most students set goals based on the end result. But more importantly, you need to cherish the process that will get you to your goals. For example, instead of checking out how many chapters left you have to study, just count how many pages or chapters have you read. We can now see that you are focusing on the progress instead of looking at the end point. Also build a habit of studying at least 2 hours each day, no matter what. But sometimes, there are days where we don't want to do anything, and don't even like what we are studying. But that's normal. What we can count on in such times are the habits that we've built. It is also good to check on yourself. How much progress have you made? Or how long have you been in the process? That way, it can be very easy to fall in love with studying and continue building the habit of studying. Tip number 3. Know your preferences or learning styles. Knowing what you prefer when you're studying is essential to fall in love with studying. Different students have different preferences or learning styles when it comes to studying. Are you a visual learner who prefer to study with maps, charts, and diagrams? Or are you an auditory learner who learn best by listening to information rather than reading or seeing it visually displayed? Or are you a kinesthetic or hands-on learner who learn best by doing something or moving physically and make it fidgety if forced to sit for long periods of time? Or are you a reading and writing learner who prefer to consume information by reading texts and by condensing and rephrasing it? For some students, they prefer 2 or more learning styles. You also need to know whether you prefer study alone or study in groups or both. Basically, if you want to love or get obsessed with studying, you first have to know what your preferences are. Tip number 4. Set near and far goals. The most effective goals have 2 levels, one near and one far. The near goal is today's immediate goal. The far goal is an ideal performance far in the future, which serves as a North Star. Putting both goals out there adds a dose of sugar to the practice process and keeps people coming back for more. In other words, helps you in falling in love with studying. Keep a sticky note near you during your study session and note down every task you complete. At the end, you'll have a list that should make you feel great and help you be more self-disciplined with your studying in the future. Lastly, passion. Students who become addicted to studying only because they have a passion for what they're doing. They don't feel forced to study. They enjoy doing it in the first place. Most students today only study because they are forced by teachers or their parents in the first place. Through our entire life, since childhood, most of us have been told what to do rather than ourselves deciding what to do on our own. Therefore, we depend on external motivation rather than an internalized one. So, to find your internal motivator, ask yourself this question. Has there been a moment in my life that I really want to do something greater and break out of my boring routine? The answer will fuel you in your studies to get what you desire. Without passion, it would be hard to get addicted or to even maintain the love of studying. And finally, I want to tell you that don't force yourself too much into doing things. While forcing ourselves to do things help in habit building, too much forcing causes us to start hating what we're doing that may result in the opposite of what we want, which is to get addicted to studying. So, we need to maintain our balance and take care of our health, social and other needs. Try these tips for 21 days until they become your habits. Don't worry, things get easier and you'll get better as time goes by. Remember that laziness, excuses and delayed plans will never lead you to success.
Close my eyes and calm descends on me. Take me with you. We soar to infinity. We're going at the speed of light. Bring me higher. You lift my feet up from the ground. I wish upon the shooting star that you make me lighter. And now you hit my heart with the speed. With the speed